Welcome to this tutorial on how to model a 3D character head. I'm going to use the edge loop modeling system to show you how I would create this head for this concept artwork, which I've put onto two 3D planes. So first thing, as you can see, I've got my planes set up. I've got them on a reference layer which is actually locked, so that no matter what happens I can't move them by accident. And you can see that they have some kind of lighting reaction because there's a light set. So what I'm going to do is just go to my lighting and make sure I click on use no lights, and there you can see they're totally flat. You can see them from both angles. If I hit spacebar and go to 4 views, I'm going to do the same in my front view and same in my right view. And in these views I'm going to actually switch the grid off, so I'm going to say show grid and switch off the grid, and I'm going to actually just make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to start. So the main tools I use when I'm doing edge loop modeling is, let's see if I can find it on my taskbar. There we go. I actually use a pen to polygon tool and create a polygon. So to start off with, I'm going to choose the right side as my reference datum image. So this is going to be the image that I always default to try and get 100% accuracy for the actual face, and then I'll try and use the side view as best I can to try and get the features as accurate as possible. So first thing you want to do is in the side view, with the create polygon tool, I'm just going to create a square. There we go. I'm going to hit enter. That's going to be for, sorry, there we go. That's going to be for the nose. I'm going to just do it again. I'm going to create one just to start off the part where I start the eye. Hit enter again. I'm going to do another one. Here we go, just for the chin. And all I'm doing is I'm just creating the initial starting blocks, which will allow me to, there we go, allow me to create the parts of the head and eventually join them all up together. Okay, so I've got some parts there, and in the side view you can see that they're totally visible. In the front view you can't see them as visible because they are actually in line with the view. So what I need to do is just select them all, hit W to get me the move tool, and you see that I can't actually see the move tool, so I'm going to just go to my icons and say center pivot, just centers the pivot, and I'm just going to pull those out so that they just sit around her nose, and in the perspective you can see that they're actually in the 3D space. Okay, so once I have them positioned in the center, I'm just going to go to the eye and move that one to a point there, just at the where our tear duct would be, and I'm just going to move it out here. And then what I'm going to do is go to edge mode and just pull out the edges. There you go, so you can actually see it there. And just zoom in a little bit more, and you see you can see the polygon is there. It's got some shape, it's got the angle on it now because I pulled out that edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use extrude edge tool to just extrude out extrude out faces along the bottom of the eye, just to give me a row of polygons along the bottom of the eye. Now, to make my life easier, I'm also going to call my hyper shade. Actually, I've got it on my shelf here. I could click on it here. If I click on hyper shade there, And the reason I'm going to call my hypershade is I want to select the material that's on those grey pieces and make them 50%. Now I think they might already be 50%. I'm just going to check that. So I click on this object. My backup's just running there. So I'm going to say double click on that material. And you can see I already have a transparency applied so I already had that one set up. So I have the transparency for that material at halfway at 50%. And that's just that I can see through my model. As I extrude and build the model, I can still see the reference image behind. I always find this method easier than doing the switch the viewport to X-ray mode. So there we go. So I'm going to go back to that view, and then let's go back to the 4 views. So without further ado, let's just get on and do some more modeling. So first thing is make sure I'm in edge mode. Go to my extrude tool, and if you click on the little blue circle, you actually lock it to that viewport. What I'm going to do is just extrude, hit G again, extrude some more, and whilst I'm still in extrude mode, I can move my cursor, my axis, to move that edge as it extrudes. So if I hit G, I can do another extrude, move it up there, hit G again, move it up there, middle mouse pan down, G one more time, move it there, and at this point I can actually just click on the blue circle, that turns yellow, and just orbit that, and hit G again, extrude, and then move that up. There we go. And you can see in the front view I've pulled it out in one direction, and obviously in the side view, in the right view, it's in a straight line. So I'm just going to come back into this window and say vertex. Just click outside to deactivate. Let's hit W, there we go. And just using the click drag, I'm just going to position those vertices and then line up those edges so that each polygon is roughly the same size. So obviously that one, I'm going to just pull that to there so it lines up with the tear duct. Pull that one to there. There we go. Let's take those 4 and just position them there. So I've got the bottom set of polygons underneath the eye. And now what I need to do is just going to select the vertices in that mode, in that viewport, and then just move them back. And as I move and deselect one row just to move it back, another row just to move it back. And you can see what I'm doing is I'm just repositioning them in the side view so that they follow the contour of her face. Obviously you can see that they're twisted there, so in that case I select just one of them. I'm just going to pull it out there and pull that one out there, and all I'm doing is I'm just positioning them so that they would form the natural angle of polygons under her eye. Now you can see that these polygons here need to be lifted just a little bit because I'm using the side view as the main reference and the front view as a guide. So there we go. And just to show you that you've got some shape and form already appearing there. That's the bottom run of the eye, and now we're going to do the top run. So again, edge mode, extrude, lift that one up there, and if I click on blue it turns yellow. I can now rotate it and then click on the arrow just to move it. There we go. I'm going to hit G again to extrude one more time. I'm just going to move that one down there. And now, what I can do is come out of this side, hit G, extrude that one, just move that there, and click on the arrow, the circle, sorry, just to rotate it, arrow again, and then hit G one more time there, and I'm going to pull that one over there. And I'm going to just stop now because I need to go to vertex mode, and just pull some of these, hit W for move, just need to pull some of these things in. So you can see that I'm slowly building up the eye socket, and one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maintain that I have little to no triangles, because what you really want to do is you want to minimize the amount of triangles that you have in your face. You want to try and keep them all as quads. Now you see that what I've done is on this side of the eye I've got a nice square there, and then this side I've got two squares forming a point. I'm just going to do another, go back to edge mode, extrude, pull that one down. I'm going to go a little bit faster here. Extrude, extrude, one more time, extrude. And you can see that it's obviously going off in the wrong direction in my other view, so I need to try and pull that back in. So I'm going to just select the vertices, select all of those. My side view, hit W, just deselect as I move it, deselect as I move it, deselect again. Come on, there we go. Deselect one more time. Let's put them there. So now it's just a question of making them all work together. So I'm just going to hit V, hold down V with my move mode. I can snap these vertices to each other. I'm just going to physically move those, move those. Move those to there. There we go. And in the front view, I need to make sure that I have the vertices in the right place. Just going to move these over. I need to find that. There we go. So that's the vertex that's at the corner of the eye. So let's move that one to there, into there, there, there. This one could be there we go. So you can see that I have an eye, and now it's a question of just pulling it in so that it actually makes sense in the context of how the edges are laid out. So obviously this needs to come in a bit. This one there, you can probably pull that one down there. Maybe there needs to be an inner eye there. So I've still got to snap those together. Alright, okay, so you can see I've got a rough look to the eye. I'm going to select the vertices and say merge, just to merge them all. And at this stage I'm going to say file, save, just so I don't lose any work. And now I'm going to move on to the nose. So if I select the nose, I'm going to just go to these vertices, this view, say move, just to make the bulb in the nose there. That's going to be the tip of her nose. And then from there I can say edge, where is it, extrude, move that back, put that up there. And then also if I zoom in on here, I'm going to just click on that one and say G for last command, and I'm going to click on that and just pull that up and move it back. That's going to form, see how I kind of cap the nose in there. And then I'm going to say as vertices, just snap that, smooth those up. And then I need to hit edge. In fact, let me just move this one up again a little bit further. Move that to there. In fact, if you can, there we go. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the bulb of the nose to be just right before I put on the nostril. In fact, you see I've still got a vertex unwelded, so weld that, edge, extrude, pull that out there. Actually no, let's not do that one, let's click on that one, extrude, pull that one out to there. That one I'm going to say extrude, there you go, that's going to be the side of the nostril. Extrude that one down. Oops, wrong command, oops, it's still not, it's going to fight me, there we go. Okay, that's nice. So that's the side of the nostril, and then extrude, and you can also do multiple extrude, so I'm going to just extrude two faces now at the same time, just to give me some movement on this, and this one here I'm going to do an extrude across that one. There we go. And now it's just a question of vertex mode. We just pull these in, just hit W, pull those in, pull that into there. See, pull it into there. So move that one down, move that up, move that up to there. Let's see if I can snap that. So actually, I think I'm gonna try to work this one out. What I'm gonna do is I need to put a face straight down there. So do edge, straight. There we go. That's what I was after. And then in there, so I say vertex mode, I'm gonna click on that one, snap it to there. There's my corner. This, if I'm lucky, I can probably snap it under, but it's probably too big a move. Let's do another edge extrude. And down there. And now I'm going to say vertex. So it looks a little bit complicated in here as to what I'm doing, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to block in the nose itself. I'm just going to move those down to there. Make sure I snap that vert. If I select all those and say weld, that just minimizes them, and you can see I've got a nose coming on here. I've got a couple of verts. I think there's some stray vertices here. And I think There we go. Yeah, so that would have been under the nostrils. So in fact, what I'm going to do is just delete that face. Just do face. Just delete that. Leave that as the side of the nose. And now, just to pad out the nose and give it somewhere to go for the eye, I'm going to click on this edge here, and I'm going to say extrude. Hit the T and just extrude, extrude, extrude. Just to there, and I select this edge here and say extrude. I'm going to just extrude that downwards, so that would snap to the side of the nose. So just pull it out a little bit. There we go. And already you can see that we're forming parts of the nose, and we can already line it up with parts of the eyes. So if I select the eye and just say vertex, select, move, I can just start thinking about pulling these in. Okay. For the forehead, if I just say, click on that, make edge mode, select that one. Actually, let's select this one, and I'm just going to pull it out flush with the face there. If I select that one and say extrude, so we just extrude this one here, G and 2, 3, there we go. And just going to hit side view just so I can see what else is going on. Just to move that down. Again, hit my edge and say extrude. Click on the little one to lock it to this viewport angle. And just there we go. So all the while I'm doing this, I'm always thinking about the edges. I'm not actually looking at the polygons. I'm looking at the edge and the edges and these lines, just to see where they're aiming and where they're going. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm just going to just start the chin as well, is because I need to visualize how the lines will look, as and basically treating the edges as contour lines across the face. You can see obviously I have lines here which are going to come out from the eye, curve around, and then come down to connect it with the jaw. And you've got the cheekbone there, and then the eyebrow here. So if I just go back to the eye now and I say edge, and if I hit Q for select and I double click an edge, I select the entire edge, I can actually hit R. I'm just going to go to the front view. I'm just going to click in the center on the yellow and just scale it in, and just go to vertex mode just to click that one. Let's pull that one in there. Whoops. Move. Push that one up to there. Push that one to there. And now just try to see, yeah, that one, there we go. That make them nice and evenly spaced so they're not bunching up and they're all roughly the same size. So now if I say edge mode again, Q, double select to get the entire ring, and then say extrude. And this time if I click on the circle, the blue circle, just to center it, I can actually just, that centers it. If I click on the red square to scale, I can extrude and scale outwards, and that gives me, you see how it gives me some second ring of polygons, and now I just click on the blue arrow, actually positioning, and I'm pulling it out, and that gives me, you can see I've curved it out there in the side view. Actually I probably need to bring it back in a little bit in the side view, and I've got my second ring. And now it's just a question of extruding down to form sides of the cheeks. So I'm just gonna hit my spacebar and go to my front view. You can see already I've got some form coming along already. I'm just gonna pause it now and save it here, because obviously you need to do good breaks so you can step back and check the work before you continue. So always remember to make sure your object is all the verts are merged. I'm just going to select everything and say just merge vertices at that point, and I'm going to say delete history, and then freeze transformations, which is actually there on my menu, and then I'm going to say Alt S just to save. Okay.